गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए सिद्धि सदन गजवदन विनायक, सिद्धि सदन गजवदन विनायक, कृपा सिंधु सुंदर सबदायक, कृपा सिंधु सुंदर सबदायक, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। मोदक प्रिय मुद मंगल दाता, मोदक प्रिय मुद मंगल दाता, विद्यावारिधि बुद्धि विधाता, विद्यावारिधि बुद्धि विधाता, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। मांगत योगी जन कर जोरे, मांगत योगी, मांगत योगी जन कर जोरे, बस ही श्री माता जी मानस मोरे, बस ही श्री माता जी मानस मोरे, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए 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 गणपति जगवंदन। Shree Mataji, to everyone, and a very warm welcome to our session today, this morning. As you're aware, we are having three sessions daily for new seekers on this same Zoom link and YouTube channel. One in the morning at 8 o'clock, one at 8:15, and another one at in 7:45 p.m. in the evening. The sessions are structured in a way for completely new seekers to understand what is Sahaj Yoga and what is our subtle system. And then we go for the self realization session. And then in the end, if there are any questions, one can come and ask on the Zoom link or leave the questions on the YouTube chat. This is what we are going to do in the next hour or so. So most of the sessions that we have are in Hindi. One session on Saturday morning we have in Marathi, and this one on Sunday morning we have in English for seekers who requested this to be understood in the different languages. Apart from this, we have one session daily at 5:30 p.m. in the evening for seekers who have now understood the basics of Sahaj Yoga, are getting the cool breeze vibrations in their hands, and now want to go deeper into meditation. So that is where we have this session. Jivesh, am I audible?
जी भैया।
I'm assuming I'm audible. So these four sessions are being held every day, and the agenda, or let's say the idea, is that one gets to know more and more about Sahaj Yoga through these online channels that we have created. So without any further delay, let's start the session. What we'll do is quickly talk about what is Sahaj Yoga. So there's so many forms of yoga and meditation that have come out these days that it's become very difficult to differentiate and figure out what is what and what is to be expected and what is good for me, what do I want. The question that we really don't ask is what is to be expected of yoga. We don't know what will yoga give us. Some people have these amazing ideas that once you get to self-realization, you become some superhuman being that has great powers or something like that. Or people uh, think that it is something that just cannot be achieved, and one just have to keep on doing penances and tapasya. And some people think that this is all just impossible. All we can do in our lives is do our work. And some people think that it's just puja part and pratupvas that we keep doing is what we continue to do. But it is very easy to understand that God has created us for a reason. It is not happenstance that we are now so early after the creation, such highly conscious and highly capable beings are created that are so intelligent. Scientists also agree that this cannot be done by any law of probability. They cannot prove that humans could have existed so early on this earth. According to them, it should have been just amoebas that should have lived. So there is something that is driving it all, that is taking care of everything in the world. And that power that has created us for a reason. That reason, for sure, has not been fulfilled because human beings, as we see them today, are not complete, to be very mild. There are so many things that are going wrong in the world that do not behove the creation that is supposed to be the epitome by the God Almighty. Surely He would have thought of something much higher for us, something much more fulfilling and satisfying. So, thus we come to the conclusion that in a revolution that we have come so far, we've created so many things with our intellect and our, let's say, art forms and so many things that human beings have done. We have not achieved our fullest capabilities. So there is something still to be achieved. And that is what people look out for when they look at spirituality. There is something higher, a higher consciousness they talk about. So many things that have come up that is yet to be achieved for us to really become what we are supposed to be, what God created us for. So that is one conclusion that we have, that there is something higher to be achieved. Now we come back and see how a revolution has really happened. We didn't cut our tails to become human beings from chimpanzee. We didn't have to do anything. It happened on its own spontaneously. All evolution actually happens spontaneously. All living processes that we know of, let's say we are breathing, it is happening spontaneously. Our heart beating is happening spontaneously. We are not doing anything for it. So if you've done nothing for a revolution or for any living process, for example, a seed is put into the mother earth, it grows on its own and becomes a tree. Then our next evolution also has to be spontaneous, which means Sahaj. That is the significance of the word Sahaj Yoga. Yoga is something that has existed and has been talked about for ages and centuries together. And it is the same yoga, the same union that we talked about. Yoga means union, union of the Atma that resides inside us with the Paramatma. That is the ultimate goal of our creation, our evolution. That is what we are supposed to achieve. So we say that our evolution till now has been spontaneous. Furthermore, it is going to be so. Thus, whatever we do in the name of yoga today and the activities that we are doing, so some people think that doing asanas is going to take you to God. Patanjal in our country thousands of years ago talked about Ashtang yogas, eight parts of yoga, where the the culture that we had in our country was of yam, niyam, pranayam, pratyahar, a long list of things to be done. And out of that, there was one part, one eighth of it had one part called asanas. All these things were done to prepare ourselves so that when the time is right, when the guru agrees out of the thousand disciples, he decides on one shishya, he can give it to the candidate that he decides on. And he's physically fit, he's ready mentally, he's left all the worldly things, etc. So that was the custom, and that was the the you can say the process that was done in the past. And there was asana inside it. But you have to know which part of your body is not okay and do the asana according to that. These days we are doing asanas like taking a box full of medicines altogether once. So that is also incorrect. Now, the system that we talked about that existed in our country, this was a very, very difficult one. This is what you've heard of, Rishi Munis going into the forests and hills and dales and Himalayas and sitting together for years together and even lives together and doing tapasya. Now, if today we say that we have to do this would be an impossibility. Nobody is going to do that. Then how is the world going to change? Are we going to remain the same or get even worse? Then what is the solution? Solution is what Shree Mataji Nirmala Devi, whose photograph you can see behind me, she brought into the world in 1970, which she named Sahaj Yoga. Another meaning of the word Sahaj is literally simple, something that is spontaneous and simple. Because Sahaja means with and born with us is the complete mechanism and the system to get it. The way of Sahaj Yoga is such that in this lantern, let's say, is our body, first a little bit can come in. And with that light, we can see what is right with us, what is wrong with us, and we can correct it. Instead of first doing all the hard work of fixing it and rubbing it and without even knowing what is wrong with it. So that is the method by which today thousands and hundreds of thousands of people have got their realization across the world, across countries, and across religions, across categories that we can define among us. And all of them are benefiting from it. Very quickly to touch upon what happens when we get our self-realization is for the first time, the all-pervading power of God that we say is all around us. We say kan kan mein Bhagwan. That means everywhere He's around us. For the very first time, we feel that power flowing through us, and we get that blessing that we are supposed to get. That blessing and that power flowing through us, we can feel in our hands in meditation as a cool breeze flowing through our palms. This is described by Adiguru Shankaracharya as Salilam Salilam Chaitan. Now, Salilam Salilam, he says that when Mother's grace dawns upon us, we feel this cool, cool breeze, he said. In Bible, it is written that when Holy Ghost will come, you'll feel the cool breeze. In Quran, it said that when Qiyamah's time will come, your hands will speak and will give witness against you. Because along with these cool breeze, or it could be hot for us in the beginning, we feel the sensations of our chakras inside on our fingertips, and we know for the first time what is right, what is wrong with me. Up until now, until we go to the doctors, we don't know that we have, let's say, a few months to live. So, or let's say there's an egoistic person, you cannot go and tell him that he's egoistic, but when his chakras will catch, he'll know and will correct himself. So this kind of a new consciousness comes to us. You can also see the vibrations of others sitting halfway across the world and even give vibrations to others to cure them, to put them all right. Use these vibrations to solve our daily problems, also our worldly problems. And the most important, we can actually give realization to others as well. When a candle is enlightened, it can enlighten other candles. Similarly, we become the same. With daily meditation, we can keep this up and keep these vibrations flowing, and all aspects of our life get benefited with that. What we'll do now is quickly talk about the subtle system that is there inside of us. A chart will come on the screen for that. We all look different from the outside, and we have a thinking that we are also different. But in fact, we have been built the very same way from the inside, something that looks like this. When we were in our mother's womb, God's energy, whatever name we call it by, entered from this area at the top of our head, which was a soft bone when we were kids. It even pulsates in some kids, you can see, very young infants. This power entered from this area and got refracted into three parts. The refraction happens because our brain is like a prism. We have learned in physics how light refracts across a prism and it gets divided into three parts. The one coming from the left goes to the right, one coming from the right goes to the left, one in the center creates all these flower like things that we see here, which are called as chakras. This energy then comes down and settles in a triangular bone at the very end of our spine. This triangular bone is called a sacrum bone. The Greeks named it sacrum, so they probably knew that there's something sacred about this. And the energy comes and settles down and it makes coils. It makes 3.5 coils. Now, coils in Sanskrit means kundal. And this being the mother power, she is our individual mother. She's been with us in all our lives and she knows everything about us. Her only goal is to give us our self realization, which is our second birth. So that is why, being the mother power, she is called as Kundalini Shakti. Now, awakening of this power and connecting with the all pervading through our fontanel bone here is our self realization. That is how we get connected with the divine. The power starts flowing through us. Quickly touching upon the three nadis that we have inside of us. These are the main three channels that govern our being. On the left hand side that you see in the blue color is what we call as Ida Nadi. This Ida Nadi takes care of our left sympathetic nervous system. So sympathetic left side we can say is governed by Ida Nadi. This is also called as the moon channel. This is responsible for our past. So all our past is stored here. All our emotions come from this channel. All our desires emanate from this channel. In Sahaja Yoga, we understand that whatever we take to extremes gives us Ati Sarvatra Vajjat. We have heard that extremes are bad everywhere. So we also get diseases or some imbalances because of doing some extremes in our lives. We understand the root causes of that in Sahaja Yoga on these nadis and chakras, and we can cure them later. Because of being very emotional or thinking too much of the past or very depressing thoughts, people work too much on this channel and they get various diseases that are usually considered incurable or psychosomatic diseases. Such diseases can be cured in Sahaja Yoga when this channel is put all right. We feel the the status of this channel on our left palm in meditation. Similarly, on the right hand side that we see in yellow is called as the Pingala Nadi. This is the channel of the sun and is responsible for our future. So all our future thoughts, our ambitions, I will do this, I'll do that, all of that comes from this channel. And all our activity, which could be physical activity or mental activity also, we do from this channel. So let's say people even working too much on desks in office are working too much on this channel, and overutilizing of this channel heats this up, and various troubles of liver and whatnot comes to us. Many things that are related to that. Now, this channel we feel on our right palm in meditation. In the center is the Sushumna Nadi. This channel is taking care of our parasympathetic nervous system. So, this is the channel of our present. We're all the time thinking. And if we look at our thoughts, they're either of the past or of the future. We don't even know when we have shifted and when we have jumped from one thought to another. Being in the present or leading a life that is very balanced, of neither extremes, keeps us in a state where we can get our realization very quickly. Because the channel for Kundalini to rise, you can see, is the central one. Quickly touching upon the chakras. Now, the first one that you see at the very end, at the very bottom, is called as Mooladhara Chakra. The chakras inside us actually govern the various organs around them and also the plexuses around them. These are, in fact, the crossing points of various nerves, thousands of nerves on each chakra, and they govern us physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. There could be various reasons for each chakra to get caught up, and we can cure them and put them all right once Kundalini is awakened. There are various deities governing each of these chakras. So we say, at least in Hindu religion, that God resides inside of us, but where does He reside? We don't know. But all the gods and incarnations, not just Hindu religion, of various religions, we not only accept them but worship them, because when a chakra particularly is caught, you have to take their name in meditation and a mantra after realization to cure that chakra. Now, we'll only talk about the qualities of these chakras and where we feel them in meditation. So, for example, Mooladhara chakra is it has the qualities of innocence and wisdom. Pure innocence is that what we see in children, where they have no um, cunning methods of leading their lives. They're not trying to take advantages of others, and very beautiful, innocent people. Those are the kind of people that take to God and Sahaj Yoga and realization very, very easily. But people who are very opposite to them are catching on this chakra, the first one. The other quality that is related to innocence is purity. So people who are going against purity, let's say in terms of sex, etc., they catch on this chakra quite a lot. And we can understand that the organs around this are also related to that, and they also get caught up, and we develop several diseases because of that. When this chakra is awakened, we get pure wisdom. In children, especially, when this is awakened, they know what is right, what is wrong, and they can take the right decisions in their life to lead a very good and happy life. Now, this chakra we can feel at the very end of our palm, where it meets the wrist on both left and right palms. Every chakra has three parts: left, right, and center, and there are various reasons that they get caught up on each side. After this comes the Swadhisthana chakra. This is, you can see, this is responsible for all creative powers inside of us. So let's say we are doing any work that we do. It could be household work, it could be office work. All of the creative powers, all of the dynamism that comes into any work that we do comes from this chakra. All creative powers means also the art forms. They all emanate from this chakra. The pure knowledge, All knowledge also emanates from this chakra. Pure knowledge to know the divine emanates from this chakra. And when we go against that pure knowledge, that means we go to any wrong gurus or tantrikas that use impure knowledges. This chakra can get caught up. You can see the right channel actually starts from here. So all our activities, our mental activities are actually governed by Swadhisthana chakra. People who think a lot, plan a lot, are the ones who are using their Swadhisthana quite a lot. Because for thinking, we need gray cells in our brain. These gray cells are actually supplied from our fat cells in our stomach. This conversion work is done by Swadhisthana chakra. So in a way, we actually think from our stomach and not our brain. So people who are thinking too much, working too much in office are using this chakra a lot. Chakra has to take care of our spleen, pancreas, liver, uterus in women, so many things. But all of that gets neglected if we are people who are thinking all the time. So you'll see that people who plan too much, work too much, are the ones who get diabetes a lot. People who are too stressed in their works are the ones who get liver troubles. So these are all interrelated such. But once the chakra can be put into balance in meditation, all of this can be put right as well. We feel this chakra on meditation. After this comes the Navi chakra. Navi chakra is just behind the navel. All chakras are in fact in our spinal cord. This chakra gives us the complete satisfaction of life, where we have all the worldly things that we can ask for, a beautiful family, and even monetarily things are taken care of. All of that, um, we can say all of those boons come from this chakra to us. And we also become very generous to others by this chakra and become very gracious hosts or things like that. And miserly people are catching on this chakra quite a lot. People who think of money, money, money all the time get caught up on this chakra. People who don't have a proper family life, Graha Lakshmi not okay, etc., then this chakra is caught up. Uh, this chakra is also responsible for our seeking. So let's say the seeking at animal stage was for food. That is what we could understand. And the seeking led us in a way to become human beings somehow. Now that seeking that we had now, it turns towards let's say money or power or fame or things like that or family or but ultimately this seeking tells us that none of this gives us the joy that we are looking for. And thus we move towards spirituality and God. So a great boon of this chakra is that evolution happened inside of us because of the seeking, and now we're going for the next step. This chakra we can feel on the middle fingers on both the hands. Around this is what we call as the Bhavsagar, void, as mentioned here. We have heard this reference quite a lot in our culture. Now, this is the place for the true religion inside of us, the real dharma, which is not Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, etc. This is the true religion of us being human beings, our own valencies that tell us what is right, what is wrong. If we go against them, the chakra is caught up. Also caught up when we take to wrong gurus as our real gurus, because it's the place of primordial master inside of us who took incarnations across the world at different times to teach us religion itself. This is caught up. When it's caught up, we feel it here around the center of our palm on both the hands. After this is the Anhat chakra, which is just behind the sternum bone. This is the place for our security, our self confidence. All of this comes from this chakra. When that sense of security is moved because of any reason, this Anhat chakra is caught up. When gets caught up, we can develop problems like breast cancer in women who have insecurities, let's say with their husbands or families. We see can get asthma, etc., because of this chakra. It also happens because of the right part of this chakra, let's say, which is because of father principle. Here resides the father principle on the right and the mother principle on the left hand side. So if let's say a child's father he is lost as a little kid, or somehow the relation's not okay, then that child can get asthma. So such things are very much related, and we figure them out in Sahaj Yoga and can put them all right. On the left hand side here resides the Atma. This is what is Atma is the reflection of God Almighty inside of us. The way Kundalini is the reflection of God's power inside of us. Atma is his own reflection, and he's watching all the time. He's not yet in our attention and is not the driver. Upon Kundalini's awakening, a spark comes into it, let's say, and the Atma becomes the driver. It comes into our chitta. Now, this chakra we can feel on both our small fingers on left and right side. After this comes the Vishuddhi chakra. This is just behind our throat. The the main quality that is mentioned here is collectivity. When we raise our heads as human beings, we realize that we are actually part and parcel of a very large being. That realization up until now has been, let's say, mental, where we have created United Nations and whatnots. But when we get our self realization, is when we truly know that we are actually part and parcel of that macrocosm, and we are the microcosms. And really, He's the one driving everything. And that is how we develop that witness state and we look at the world as a Leela. This chakra is uh, here. There are many qualities of this chakra which are very deep, like we talked about the witness state, etc. But it's on the outside, it is taking care of our complete communication. So our mouth, our tongue, teeth, nose, ears, face, outer part of the eyes, our shoulders, our hands, neck, etc. All of this is covered. We do our communication with our hands and our mouth and all of that. So with that communication, also one becomes more collective. Now, the chakra gets caught up very much because of two, three main reasons. On the left hand side, it is caught up when we feel very guilty. Oh, I've done this bad. I'm so bad. I'm useless. I've done nothing good. I've done this sin, that sin, pap, etc. So with all of that burden, this chakra is caught up here. And this is very, very bad for Sahaj Yoga especially because we feel the vibrations in our hands and the nerves of our hands come from our neck. Now, if this chakra is not all right, these nerves are constricted and we do not feel the vibrations on our hands. Similarly, on the right hand side, this is caught up when we are very bombastic. We tell others you are useless and use bad words and shout a lot and aggress with our words. This is caught up on the right hand side. Also, people who lie a lot um, uh, are catching on this chakra. Taking tobacco, of course, ruins Vishuddhi chakra quite a lot. We feel this chakra on our index fingers. After this comes the Agya chakra. This is the place where we can see that all three nadis come and cross over. This chakra is caught up quite a lot of us because we are not able to forgive others. The main quality of this chakra is forgiveness. This is a very constricted path here for Kundalini to pass through, but as soon as we forgive, this chakra opens up and Kundalini passes through. We can see two balloon like things here called ego and superego that are built here. In all of us, there is some part of it, whether we agree to it or not. But whatever actions we do lead us into a sort of ego getting developed. And whatever conditionings we get in our life, whatever learnings, whatever sanskaras, susanskar, kusanskar, all of that gets built up into what we call as prati ahankar or superego. Our personalities are such that one or the other is always dominating, and thus the path for Kundalini to pass through is constricted. But when we forgive on the Agya chakra, the path opens and Kundalini sucks in both of these entities. So, in a way, it eats up our karmas themselves, and the path for Kundalini to pass through opens up. You can feel the Agya chakra on both our ring fingers. After this, at the very end, is what is called as the Sahasrara chakra. This is the door, this is the path. No, this is the door for Kundalini to pierce through and meet with the divine. And this is called as even Brahmarandra, the hole to meet the Brahma, literally. This is called as the 10th door and whatnot. many names are given. But the main quality of Sahasrara Chakra is integration, because after a point of time, all of these chakras get integrated here, and let's say we also get integrated with the divine. Now, as we talked about the power flowing through us after this chakra gets opened, we feel the vibrations on our hands and we feel the vibrations at the top of our head here, which we will do just now in meditation. This is the theory part of it, and there's too much to talk about in Sahaja Yoga because it's a vast knowledge. But what we'll do now is go for the meditation session, which is the most important part of it. There are a few steps that you can just see now with your eyes open, and later on we'll do them with our eyes closed in meditation. We are made from five elements, and we use them in Sahaja Yoga in various ways to get ourselves all right and bring ourselves in balance. We'll do some of those just now before going into meditation. As a first step, we'll keep our left hand open in our lap, and the right hand will put on the Mother Earth. This step we'll do to cleanse our left channel. Left hand in our palm and right hand on the Mother Earth. We can just do now so that we understand the steps perfectly. Now I'll bring the right hand in our lap and put the left hand bent towards the sky like this. Now we'll put both our hands on the Mother Earth. After this, we'll keep the left hand as it's in our lap and do the next steps with the right hand. We'll put the right hand on our heart. Then we put it on our forehead like this across and bend our head forward a little. Then this hand goes at the back of the head towards the sky, pushed back on the hand. Then this hand will stretch completely, fingers outward, center of the palm at the center of our head, which was the frontal bone area, soft bone when we were kids, and press it hard here. While pressing, we'll move it in a clockwise direction so that our scalp moves along with our hand. These are all the steps that we'll do. This is it. Now, it is easy to understand that just doing the steps is not enough. There has to be something else that triggers this inside of us. I always talk of this example, but Shivaji Maharaj's Guru his Guru Ramdas Swami, once Shivaji Maharaj asked that, how long does it take for us to get realization? And he answered by saying that it happens tatshan, that very second. You just need someone to give it and someone to take it. We have to become the ones who can take it. Shree Mataji is here to give it to us. Her photograph is such that it emanates those vibrations that does this great job inside of us. With complete humility and respect, we look at her photograph and keep all questions, doubts aside for a while till we meditate. We're asking for something so great and divine. We have to understand that we have to ask for it also in a very humble way. So we'll keep that one thought inside us that we only want our self realization and nothing else. We'll slowly close our eyes and try to bring our attention inside. See if we can do that. We'll keep both our hands open in our lap And sit a little bit straight, not very straight, not slouching. Now we will do the steps that we had seen, and we'll have some prayers along with it. We'll keep the left hand as is in our lap and put the right hand on the Mother Earth. Here, we will pray that Mother, please take out all the impurities of my left channel through the Mother Earth. Mother, please take out all the negativities of my Ida Nadis through the Mother Earth. We'll keep our attention on our left palm. Mother, please bring my Ida Nadi into complete balance and take out all its negativities through the Mother Earth. Now we'll bring the right hand back into her lap and put the left hand bent from the elbow towards the sky. Here we will pray, Mother, please bring my Pingla Nadi into complete balance. Please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my Pingla Nadi through the ether element. We'll keep our attention on both her palms and see what is happening. Mother, please bring my Pingla Nadi into complete balance. Now we'll bring both our hands and put them on the Mother Earth. Here we have to pray, Mother, please take out all the impurities and negativities of both my Ida and Pingla Nadis through the Mother Earth and bring me into complete balance. Mother, please bring me into the present, into the center, into complete balance. Now we'll bring our hands back into our lap. We'll keep the left hand as is in our lap and use the right hand for the next steps. We'll bring the right hand on our heart. Here, we have to assert a truth. The truth is that we are not this body, this mind, these thoughts, this person that we think of ourselves as. All of this is a myth. It's the Atma, the spirit. So we say with full confidence that Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am nothing but the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Not this body, not this mind, etc. But I am the pure spirit. Now, as we are the pure spirit, we have done nothing wrong. We had seen that feeling guilty for nothing at all ruins our chances of realization. So, with full confidence, we have to say that, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Mother, I am not guilty at all. I have done no wrong whatsoever. Whatever wrong we think we may have done can be easily forgiven by Lord Almighty. So we have to say that, Mother, I am not guilty at all. We leave the judgment to them. Now we bring this right hand on our forehead and we place it across like we would when we would have a headache. And while pressing the hand, we bend our head forward a little. Here we have to forgive everyone. We have to say that, Mother, I forgive everyone. Without remembering anyone, just give a blanket forgiveness to one and all. Until we forgive, we don't do anything. Just play in the hands of the people who have done us wrong. But when we forgive, God takes over. So just forgive everyone. Mother, I forgive everyone. I forgive myself also. Now we bring this hand at the back of our head and push back our head towards the sky. Here, for our own satisfaction, we have to say once that, oh God, if we have done any wrong against you, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive us. Hey Paramatma, if we have done any mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly against you, please forgive us. We can bring our right hand back into our lap for a second to give it a rest. Now, in the last step, we'll bring the right hand back at the top of our head. At the very top of our head, where we have the fontanelle bone area, we'll press it hard with the center of our palm. Fingers are outstretched completely, and we'll press it hard and we'll bend our head again forward a little. Now, while pressing the hand, you have to move it in a clockwise direction so that our scalp moves along with it. We have to move our hand while pressing so that our scalp moves along with it in a clockwise direction. Here we must ask for it. Shree Mataji cannot give us realization without us ardently asking for it. With complete respect and humility, we have to say that, oh Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me my Atma Sakshatkar. Mother, please give me my yoga union with the divine. Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me my self realization. Bring the hand back into our lap slowly and keep our attention where our hand was for a few seconds and sit in quiet meditation. we can see that there are no thoughts right now. We'll bring our attention to our palms, which are open in our lap, and see if there is a cool breeze coming out the center of our palms. It could be hot also in one hand or both the hands. Then we'll bring the attention to the end tips of our fingers. The end of our fingers, there could be a few fingers where we feel a tingling sensation or a burning sensation or some itching. These are the chakras that are not okay inside of us. Now, once again, we'll bring our right hand at the top of our head where we had placed it on the fontanelle bone and raise it a few inches just above our head, just a few inches above the head. Move it back and forth, left and right a bit. We'll see that from a particular place there's a cool breeze coming out and hitting our palm. We'll bring the right hand back into our lap and check with our left hand raised a little bit above the fontanelle bone area. Move it back and forth, left and right. Again, see, it could be hot also for some of us initially. It doesn't matter. We bring the right hand back into our lap. As a last step, we'll put both our hands completely towards the sky, elbows stretched straight, our palms open towards the sky, and our head pushed back. Here we have to ask one of these three questions thrice. Oh God, is this Param Chaitanya? Is this Mother? Is this the power of love of God that does everything? Is this the divine energy, cosmic energy? In answer, your hands will get more vibrations. You can bring them down slowly in our lap, and we'll put our attention again at the top of our head on Sahasrara and sit for a few seconds again in quiet meditation. We will slowly open our eyes and look at Shree Mataji's photograph. You can see that there is complete peace and thoughtlessness. This is the first boon that we get from our self realization. For those of us who have just joined, this is like a sprouting of a seed, and it has to be made into a tree with daily meditation and collective meditation. There are various things in Sahaja that Sri Mataji has taught us to keep ourselves balanced and cure ourselves and put ourselves all right and to protect us. We must learn them and progress in Sahaja Yoga. We'll bring both our hands together in a namaskar to Shree Mataji and Kundalini inside for this blissful experience. Jai Shree Mataji. Now to get connected with us, what you can do is there is a WhatsApp group link given in the YouTube chat and here as well. Uh, we can join that and you can get all the details of the videos that are required for you to learn more about Sach Yoga. And Jivesh, would you be able to tell the rest of it?
हाँ जी भैया. Jai Shri Mataji everyone. We have 3 sessions in a day. The first one is at 8 a.m. in the morning. The second one is at 4:15 p.m. In the afternoon. And the third one is at 7:45 p.m. in the evening. We have a deep meditation session at 5:30 p.m. in the evening. When you get all the knowledge about all the chakras and nadis, you can join that session at 5:30 p.m. We have shared our WhatsApp group link and YouTube link to the YouTube chat box. We have our second YouTube channel. You can also subscribe that, by which you can see the lectures of Sri Mataji. If you have any doubt, so you can ask on our YouTube chat box and by can joining Zoom link directly, and you can talk with us. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji. I believe there are no questions, Jivesh. We can take Shri Mataji's permission and move forward. So, thank you, Shri Mataji, for this blissful experience. And we are ending the session today here. Jai Shri Mataji, everyone.